Your neighbor turns 55, leans over the fence and says, "You should start taking aspirin. Thins the blood, prevents clots. Everyone does it." So you do, every single day, convinced you're adding years to your life. Here's what nobody told you. For the majority of people taking aspirin just in case, it doesn't prevent a thing. It just quietly opens the door to a stomach ulcer, or worse, a brain bleed that surgeons can't stop. You try to avoid one kind of stroke, you invite another. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly who aspirin saves and who it's slowly destroying. What is thick blood? First, let's clear something up. Thick blood isn't a medical diagnosis, but the underlying problem is real. Think of two glasses, one filled with water, one with ketchup. Your heart is a pump. Pumping water is easy. Pumping ketchup, exhausting. Blood becomes more viscous, more like ketchup, when you're dehydrated or when red blood cells and platelets clump together. And here's where most people make their critical mistake. They think, my blood is thick, I'll take a blood-thinning pill. But aspirin does not thin your blood. It doesn't add water to the ketchup. It works on a completely different mechanism, and if you don't understand that difference, you're not treating yourself, you're gambling. How aspirin actually works. Think of platelets as your body's emergency repair crew. When a blood vessel tears or cracks, even a tiny one, platelets rush in, stick together, and form a clot to seal the damage. Aspirin puts handcuffs on that crew. It permanently disables platelets' ability to clump together. No clot forms. That sounds like a win until something goes wrong. A small vessel ruptures in your stomach, in your nose, or inside your brain. And now the repair crew is paralyzed. The bleeding doesn't stop. You've essentially switched off your body's emergency repair system.
The three organs aspirin can damage. The stomach. Aspirin blocks the production of the mucus lining that protects your stomach wall. Without it, stomach acid attacks the tissue directly. Erosions form, then ulcers. The terrifying part? It's often painless, especially in older adults. Many people only find out when they arrive in the ER with acute gastrointestinal bleeding. The brain. Here's the cruel paradox. People take aspirin to prevent an ischemic stroke, where a clot blocks a vessel. But aspirin simultaneously raises the risk of a hemorrhagic stroke, where a vessel bursts under pressure, and with the clotting system disabled, blood floods into brain tissue. You cannot stop that bleed surgically in most cases. The outcomes are devastating. The bottom line? If you're taking aspirin without a clear medical reason, you are accepting real risks with zero proven benefit. The research you need to know. In 2019, based on landmark clinical trials including the ASPRI, ARRIVE, and ASCEND studies, major cardiology guidelines were updated globally. The conclusion? If you have never had a heart attack or stroke, taking aspirin as prevention does not reduce mortality. It does not prevent cardiovascular events. It only increases your risk of serious bleeding. Zero benefit, higher risk. It's like wearing body armor that doesn't stop bullets but cracks your ribs from the weight. Common mistake: aspirin for varicose veins. A lot of people take aspirin because their legs ache or their veins are visible. Listen carefully. Aspirin only works in arteries where blood moves under high pressure and arterial clots form through platelet aggregation. Varicose veins are a venous problem. Blood moves slowly there, and venous clots form through a completely different biological mechanism, one aspirin has no effect on whatsoever. Taking aspirin for varicose veins is like treating a broken bone with eye drops. You're damaging your stomach for zero therapeutic effect.
Who actually needs aspirin? There are three clear clinical situations where aspirin is not just useful, it's essential. 1. You've already had a heart attack or ischemic stroke. The damaged vessel wall is no longer smooth. It's rough, scarred, and constantly attracts platelets. Without aspirin, another clot is a matter of when, not if. This is called secondary prevention, and the evidence is rock solid. 2. You have a coronary stent or have had bypass surgery. A stent is a foreign object. Your immune system wants to attack it. Platelets will try to coat it and block blood flow. Stopping aspirin in this situation can cause a sudden, fatal stent thrombosis. No exceptions. 3. You have confirmed coronary artery disease or stable angina, proven by stress testing or coronary angiography. Not just occasional chest discomfort, documented ischemia, confirmed narrowing, a heart that runs out of blood supply under exertion. Aspirin is indicated. If none of these apply to you, no stents, no prior heart attack or stroke, no confirmed ischemic disease, taking aspirin daily is a risk with no offsetting benefit. What to do instead? If you don't need aspirin, here's what actually works. Activate your second heart. Your calf muscles are nature's venous pump. Every contraction pushes blood from your legs back up against gravity. Sitting still for hours is one of the most reliable ways to develop sluggish circulation and deep vein clots. Simple fix. Every hour, do 20 calf raises or take a short walk. It costs nothing and it works. Omega-3 fatty acids from food. Aspirin chemically disables platelets. Omega-3s do something different and gentler. They make cell membranes more flexible and fluid. Red blood cells need to bend and squeeze through tiny capillaries. When membranes are stiff, cells get stuck. When they're supple from dietary omega-3s, oily fish, walnuts, flaxseed, blood flows more smoothly at a cellular level. No stomach damage, no bleeding risk, just better blood rheology. Manage blood sugar. Excess glucose makes blood viscous and sticky at a biochemical level. No amount of water compensates for chronically elevated blood sugar. Cutting refined carbohydrates and sugar does more for blood fluidity than any supplement. Stay hydrated smartly. Proper hydration matters, but flooding your system with water doesn't automatically improve blood viscosity, especially if your diet is working against you. Focus on consistent, moderate hydration throughout the day, rather than forcing large volumes. Summary: aspirin is not a vitamin. It's not a wellness habit. It's a powerful pharmaceutical tool with a narrow, well-defined set of uses. Think of it as a fire extinguisher. If there's a fire, a previous heart attack, a stent, proven ischemic disease, use it. It could save your life. If there's no fire, spraying foam around the house just to be safe doesn't protect you. It destroys your kitchen. Build your cardiovascular health on movement, diet, and blood sugar control. That's the foundation no pill can replace. And if you're currently taking aspirin and you're not sure whether you need it, don't stop abruptly without talking to your doctor first. Sudden discontinuation carries its own risks in certain patients. Know your situation, make an informed choice. If this helped you, share it with someone who might be taking aspirin just in case. It could matter more than you think. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and here's to your good health. Goodbye.